He was born Lassane Parish Crooks, but was known by his stage name Tupac, or Tupac Shakur. On September 7th, 1996, Tupac left the MGM Grand Hotel after watching the Mike Tyson-Bruce Seldon fight. The MGM Grand is right here. In the lobby of the MGM, Tupac got into a fight with Orlando Anderson, a Southside Compton Crip who was accused of trying to snatch a Death Row Records medallion off of the chain of one of the people with Tupac's group. It is alleged that Tupac called him over, asked him if he was from the South Side, and then punched him in the face. A fight broke out. After the fight was broken up by hotel security, Tupac went to his room at the Luxor with Suge Knight to change his shirt. So from here they drove down Las Vegas Boulevard and went to the Luxor, which is right here. After he changed his shirt, he continued on with Suge Knight to Suge Knight's Vegas home. They drove south on Las Vegas Boulevard and then made a left turn here on Sunset Road. They took Sunset Road down to here and made a right turn on Tomiyasu Lane because they were heading to Suge Knight's home, which is this house right here. This big mansion here, 6980 Monte Rosa Avenue. There was an entourage following them to Suge Knight's house, and when they pulled up and pulled through the security gate here to get to his driveway right here, there was a long line of cars here waiting to get in. Suge Knight came over and was telling the security guard to let them in one at a time, and when he realized the line was so long, he just said, "Let them all in." It is alleged that one of the cars in that line of cars was a white Cadillac, very similar to the one that was involved in the shooting later in the evening. So here I am at the location of the gated community where Suge Knight lived. His house is this house right here on the corner, and this is where the cars were backed up waiting to get in to go to his place. After a short stay, they left. They headed back down Sunset and made a right turn on Las Vegas Boulevard heading north. When they got to Flamingo Road right here, they turned right and started heading down Flamingo Road. Their goal was to make it over to here at Suge Knight's club called Club 662 that you can see right here. So here I am at the location of Suge Knight's old club where they were headed. This is what it looks like today. It looks very, very abandoned. However, we know they never made it here. What happened was, back here, after turning off Las Vegas Boulevard that you can see here, turning right on Flamingo. They were stopped here at the intersection of Flamingo and Koval Lane. It was between 11:10 and 11:15 p.m. There was one car in front of them and cars behind them. To their left were two cars. The car directly to their left had women in it. Tupac and Suge were talking to them and invited them to go to Club 662. While they were talking, a white four-door late-model Cadillac rolled up to the right side, and the occupant in the back seat rolled down the window and fired several shots into the car. After firing, the car took off and made a right turn down Koval Lane. 4 shots struck Tupac, 2 in the chest, 1 in the arm, and 1 in the thigh. Suge was hit by fragments. Immediately, Suge pulled out of the lane, made a U-turn, and headed back down Flamingo, back to Las Vegas Boulevard. So here I am at the corner of Koval and East Flamingo. Koval Lane and East Flamingo. Suge Knight's car would have been parked approximately right here. They were talking to the women that were next to him off to their left, and the Cadillac would have rolled up right here on this lane, opened fire, taken off, gone around the corner. Suge Knight pulled out of the lane, did a U-turn, headed back down East Flamingo, back to Las Vegas Boulevard, and made a left turn down there. Right down from the intersection on East Flamingo, there's a little memorial here where people wrote things on this pole for Tupac. He made a left on Las Vegas Boulevard and made his way down to here, this intersection of Harmon Avenue and Las Vegas Boulevard. As he was attempting to make a left turn onto East Harmon Avenue, the 2 tires on the right side of the car were flat, and he was stopped by police officers on bicycles right here at this intersection. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you look at it. Now I want you to notice what it looks like today. You can see East Harmon Avenue running through here, and then it kind of makes a jog to the north or off to the right and goes around and then comes back and lines up over here. Now I'm going to go back and show you what it looked like around the time of the incident. So here we are. Here's Harmon Avenue, and right here, this is Las Vegas Boulevard. They were heading south on Las Vegas Boulevard and went to turn left onto East Harmon, but were stopped approximately right here by the police. Now if I drop a pin on that location, put the point of the pin right about where the vehicle stopped, which is about right here, click OK. This gives you an idea of where the vehicle stopped that evening. Now with that pin still in place, I'm going to take it back up to what it looks like today. And you can see the approximate location of the pin is about right here, give or take 10 or 15 feet. So in this general area, right in here, is where the vehicle stopped. If you look at what Las Vegas looks like today. Here's Harmon. Here's Las Vegas Boulevard. So the pin is right here, and they stopped approximately in this general area here. So after making a left turn onto Las Vegas Boulevard, he came down here to Harmon Avenue and tried to make a left turn, and the location where his car stopped, where Suge Knight stopped the car, or where his car was stopped by the police, was right about here. So here's another perspective. The car would have been stopped about right here in the street, and I'm standing pretty much in the middle where Harmon Avenue East would have been, and where the car would have gone had he not been stopped by police. Would have been driving right through there. From this perspective, up on the bridge, you can see where the car was stopped, And right through here, you can see where Harmon Avenue was. Now, after being stopped by the officers, one of the officers opened the passenger side door and Tupac fell out onto the street. Paramedics were called and Tupac was taken to the University Medical Center of Southern Nevada, which is up over here in Las Vegas. He was taken here to this medical center. It was alleged that Tupac said he was dying as they carried him into the emergency room. While in the critical care unit, and after making several attempts to get out of bed, he was put into a medically induced coma. And on Friday, September 13, 1996, Shakur died of cardiac arrest from respiratory failure after the removal of his right lung. His mother made the decision to stop medical treatment, and he was pronounced dead at 4:03 p.m. here at the University Medical Center of Southern Nevada. So there you have it, the Tupac Shakur Las Vegas incident, right here on the Forrest Haggerty channel.